Representative Frank Lasay. I'm from the Green Bay area, and I'm chair of the Insurance Committee, and I'm on the Health and Health Reform Committee as well. I think it's growing. I think it's inevitable, and I also think it's a good idea. I'm generally supportive of it, and it makes sense. I think we are going to see, just like in any other industry, competition from good providers with good prices, and I think that makes it's only going to grow. I believe that they can get as good care or better depending on the source of that care, and I think there are, and that's going to grow as well as there are rating systems and international accreditations, and many of the doctors that are working overseas are also educated and accredited here. I think it will grow. I think it'll grow as more people do it, and and as the pressure grows to control the costs of our current system and the costs of insurance. Many more employers are going to look to it, and I think that's where the pressures are going to come from. Those employers that are more progressive and are managing their health care costs like any other business expense that they have are going to help drive this and grow it. I think one of the underlying facts that isn't talked about very much is that the amount the government pays for Medicaid recipients, Medicare recipients, and even TRICARE, which is the insurance for military personnel and dependents, we grossly underpay, and that creates a very large distortion in the marketplace on pricing. And that causes as much as 25 to 30 to 40% of a price is this cost shifting. It's a hidden tax. And I don't see us either in Washington or in a state capital dealing with that anytime soon. The argument we seem to be having is, let's add more people on Medicaid, let's lower ages that are Medicare eligible, and let's add more people, not let's increase the reimbursal rates and pay our real prices for services that the government is purchasing for individuals. I don't see that going away or changing anytime soon. That is one of the major issues and problems that no one talks about, that creates a tremendous distortion and drives up the cost. And that cost is avoided in another country. They don't have that cost shifting going on. They don't have to take patients at below cost and make it up someplace else. And there's a variety of things wrong with our system, but that's one of the major problems, and I don't see that going away anytime soon. Oh, I certainly would, and I know a friend of mine who actually went for a routine colonoscopy and physical and some skin lesions removed to Thailand to do this, and was able to have his whole trip and some vacation time paid for at lower cost than if he had gone here, and he was paying out of his pocket. So I've always thought of it as big, expensive procedures, but for some individuals it might work for less expensive procedures as well. And again, it's not for everyone. Some people are willing to travel, or if they're desperate enough and it's the only way they can afford a very badly needed operation, they'd be willing to do it, and I'd certainly suggest it.